They can't stop the signal now.
You're listening to EpicPodQuest.
Hello, YouTube. We're back. Welcome to the SideQuest. My name is Grant LaHaye.
I'm Justin Scottham.
I'm Nate Jones.
What
You
were you
look
doing?
so drunk, by the way.
I'm not, though. That's the funny thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And we have a special guest from the podcast,
I'm the silent partner, no pun intended.
Phil. You'll get that if you listen to the show.
Hey,
Yeah.
you sure will.
Yeah. So this week being the first side quest back after a month, we figured we'd talk some comic book news as far as comic book shows. Number one of them being Edgar Wright, no longer the director of Ant-Man. Yeah, how does that make everybody feel?
Grumpy cat.
Grumpy cat indeed.
Indeed.
It's a fucking Ant-Man. So
Well, yes, you could say that, yeah. But
There was a lot of hype around this movie,
Yeah.
and this was Edgar Wright's pet project, and this is what he was bringing to the table as Marvel Phase 3, and now all of a sudden he's just backing out.
and
like
Edgar
a
Wright
pussy,
had been with Jon
and-
Favreau since the beginning.
I will say, I would
Whatever.
love to see Edgar Wright do a superhero movie,
Yep.
but it's fucking Ant-Man. So I could care less
I think
if it makes it.
One
to
of
the
the
silver
one of the
screen.
reasons somebody had said that he decided not to do it is because he couldn't come up with the Cornetto color to match with it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
He couldn't come up with the whip.
Yeah,
he
he
couldn't
couldn't-
come up with the whip and pans either.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that made sense. He's
Yeah.
like, no. When Ant-Man shrinks, I want to whip pan, and then I want to have him crawling up someone's face, then whip pan,
Yeah.
and then he's big again, kicking somebody.
Yeah.
was that the?
Yeah. So this, I guess, is also the internet coming out and saying that this is potentially the first ripple in the phases of Marvel, and that this could be the first worst movie made out of the phases. So we'll see.
It's gonna be tough to beat Iron Man 3. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna throw that out.
I would be surprised. With Edgar Wright no longer attached, I know they're going to try and do what they need to fill it, but I think that Edgar Wright was the draw to this film.
absolutely.
And I think that with him stepping back and no longer attaching himself to this project, I honestly think that Marvel should pull it.
Because they can afford to. I mean,
They can afford to,
that was
but they
kind of the
can't afford to have a really bad movie.
Right.
They've had such a strong running that I think that
At
with what
this
they've
point,
got going
they
on,
can afford to have a bad.
they
movie.
can afford to, but they're going to lose a lot of credibility in it because they're trying some
don't
really
know.
crazy stuff. But if they don't approach it with the same credibility they've brought with the other movies, that they could really damage their reputation.
I hope
I-
that they don't abandon it, though.
I think with the Superman Batman conjunction coming up with DC, they can't afford to have a really bad movie right now. I mean, the entire draw of this movie was that no one expected anything out of Ant-Man.
Right.
And that it was Edgar Wright, so they
Well,
knew that it was going to be
so-
amazing.
And that it was his
but they
passion
were-
project, most importantly, and it was that passion that was bringing it to the screen, and that's what really was pushing and driving this movie forward with any momentum whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because no one would assume that an Ant-Man movie would be the hot ticket on Marvel Phase 3. No one.
Well, but here's the thing, though. So, general viewing public probably doesn't give a shit about an Ant-Man movie, but as far as a comic book fan, Ant-Man is a huge part of the Avengers. Hank Pym is the giant man. Like, he's the one in the comic books that has created Ultron. Now, granted, we have the Age of Ultron movie coming out before Ant-Man, but that was a big proponent. Like, that was kind of a link that brought everything together. So as far as Marvel continuing with their phases, they're doing everything very methodically. They're bringing in characters that are a part of this entire world. And Ant-Man is a pretty big part of that world, despite whether or not people actually like the character or not. So I hope they don't abandon it. I hope that they can come up with a director that'll be able to do what needs to be done with it.
Well, I'll know they'll find a director who can do the movie justice. I just don't think that.
Well, and the timing of this whole thing to me smells of, hey, they've already got a project in mind. They already know probably what the script looks like and what the film's going to look like.
Right.
But for whatever reason, something came into play that forced Edgar Wright out.
Right.
And that probably isn't going to change the final product that much at this point.
Well, I mean, honestly, what I'm more excited about, though, is with what Marvel's doing with Netflix. We're about to start filming some TV shows that are exclusive to Netflix. They just cast Daredevil. They got the actor Charlie Cox, who's more known right now for Boardwalk Empire on HBO. But for those that have seen the movie Stardust that Neil Gaiman wrote, or was the writer of the book, he was one of the main characters in that movie as well. So I'm super excited about Charlie Cox being cast for Daredevil.
No, Ben Affleck.
Nope, no Ben Affleck. So, but you know what?
What are you gonna do with your life? You're just gonna be stuck being Batman for the rest of your life.
That's true. He may be, which isn't necessarily bad.
That's not bad.
When all else fails, be Batman.
Always be Batman.
When all else fails, be Batman. What a horrible message to send.
Sometimes a hero is just someone that started in Chasing Amy.
Hey, Chasing Amy was awesome.
As was Jersey Girl.
He was the bomb.
Fuck all the
in
haters. I love every Kevin Smith.
What is
I just want to give you a hug now.
what is
No, you don't. No, you don't. You cold motherfucker.
I just came up with a joke.
Go.
What does the new Bruce Wayne wear to a summer function?
What?
Cockies. And with that, it's time to go.
Yes.
I've been Nate Judge.
But more importantly, let us know what you think about everything going on Marvel in the comments below.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe it.
And like it and share it with friends.
Like it.
Okay.
And follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and everything else at EpicPodQuest.
Just Google EpicPodQuest. We pop up.
Sure. EpicPodQuest.com for all of our articles and awesome things.
Indeed.
That's Phil.
Hey, I'm Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Grant.
That's Grant.
I'm Grant.
I'm Nate Jones.
And I'm Justin Scottham.
Thanks for watching.
Walk it off.
Walk it off.
They can't